What grade are you specifically teaching?
Fifth grade math. I know. But you know, that's the one with the financial literacy, and we're working with decimals and fractions. So it's like I have the bakers and I have the architectures, I have the engineers, all of them in my room.
It's a super important time.
You know, I like to have a calming environment for my students, especially with how stressful math can get
Yeah.
and like numbers can bring anxiety. So a lot of times to help keep that calm classroom, I dim the lights, I turn it off. And it's a very simple feature, but it's one of my favorites about the 830 is the fact that they have an LED light in it that I can adjust. So if I want to dim the lights in the classroom, the kids can still see the lesson and what's happening. The arms is adjustable, so if I wanted like a wide shot or a closer shot, kids aren't missing anything.
That's I think like so with the light, the LED light,
Mhm.
that's the nice thing about all of our document cameras. They do have the LED light that's built in there. So it does help. And like I said, when you want to have that calming environment, if everything's really
Mhm.
bright, if it's kind of bright and loud, bring it down just a little bit and you still have that light on your document camera.
Yes.
That works. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the AVerTouch app has been very quick to pick up on things. So I didn't need like a whole PD session. I played around with it and it was just like, oh, I click here, I'm able to see my lesson. I really like that I'm able to do quick screenshots. So especially for my kids who are absent, I could just do like a quick screenshot of the lesson notes and then
Hmm.
send it to them since everything's linked to the Google Drive. So for some of my assistants who may have attendance issues due to personal reasons, I have a Google folder with them that I share with the family, and it's almost like a copy and paste situation into that child's drive so that the family can access the notes almost the same day. Like your math class is normally at 2, the notes are in there by 4 p.m. Your kids are staying on task, up to date as fast as they can. And even for the kids who need extra time in math, for them to be able to access the notes because I'm like screenshotting everything, some of them will just go home and use them as a reference for the homework. And
Ah,
that also, yeah, and it also helps with the classroom environment because it's like if you don't get it now, go home and let it marinate. You could still access the notes. So if you missed a part of it, you either have my notes, a teammate's notes, someone else's notes. So we're just all learning together. I think with document cameras, we hear the word document camera. So they're just thinking like this is a camera for live action. But because AVer has everything already integrated, like you can't miss it. There's like so many little buttons and things. Just like, oh, let me just click here. Wait, I can do this. Let me make my life easier. Okay, y'all, I got you.
it does make your life easier too. I mean, it might take a few minutes or whatever it is to learn how to do something, but after you do
Mhm.
it, it's almost second nature.
Exactly. And like those few minutes pays off in the long run, right? If you're absent, I'm not trying to fight the copier or bring in paper or a paper jam for you to get a copy of the notes. It's just literally boop, captured, drag into your folder, and I could text your parents or the parents just know by default. Every day around this time is when Miss Tran uploads her notes. They just refresh that folder and is able to access stuff. And then it's also
Wow.
great, especially with state testing season um, especially towards the later half of the school year. And we're all stressed out. We're trying to teach kids, but I want to work smarter, not harder. I don't want to recreate notes that we've already done before. I'm able to go back into that Google Drive, like, oh, we taught this in module 2. That was around October. Let me find my October folder or my module 2 folder. Look, y'all, it's already here. So let's refer back to our notes and then refer on the computer. Um, I also used a lot of the screenshots in the different programs we have at school. So it's not just about dragging into Google. I've used those screenshots into other programs like Nearpod, so the kids can do interactions with it and they can actually annotate on top of the capture notes
Okay.
versus me having to redo another blank notes or supplement to go along with them. Like, oh, multi-use all the way around.
So the image quality to you is good to be able to do all that.
Absolutely. And if the fifth graders, they're very brutally honest about image quality. They're growing up with the CGI and all the 4K stuff. They have never complained about the quality of the notes. No, no complaints from the fifth graders. They can see all the notes. And in fifth grade math, we do a lot of decimals, we do a lot of percentages, a lot of place values. So there are little things like the little decimal, the little commas, and exponent, it can make such a big difference on what number you're trying to represent. And for them to have a clear quality image of, oh, I can see that this is a decimal, I can see that this is a fraction, or the many different ways you can represent a multiplication without getting confused.
Hmm.
So there's not like a little blurry dot. They can clearly see, oh, that's an asterisk, or that's a star, or that's a multiplication symbol. So they just take the notes and they just keep going.